Hello once again, and this is going to be the final episode of Lesser Known Gems of British Television. Today I'm here with fan Matthew Brewer, and he's going to be talking about a comedy called Never the Twain. It's available on DVD, or at least in Region 2, which is the UK. Of course, you can import it if you would like here to the United States. But Matthew, why don't you go ahead and tell us about Never the Twain and why you like the show?
Okay, thanks, Mark. But Never the Twain is basically a sitcom about two antique dealers. One is high class, played by Donald St. John, who most people know from the television show Two's Company, and the other one played by Windsor Davies, who is also remembered for a BBC television show called Ain't Half. I can't remember the name. I know the name, I just can't pronounce it. But it was based on that show was taking place in World War I era. I can't remember the name, but anyway,
people can look it up, right?
Yeah, they can look. You guys can look it up. Yeah, basically, and I'm throwing a little bit of facts, but it was created by Johnny Mortimer, who was the writing partner of Brian Cook, who created a Man About the House, who we know in America was the base for Three's Company. And it was basically, the original premise was basically Oliver Smallbridge played by Davies, and Simon Peel played by St. John, were former partners for one business, and then they had a falling out, and basically they became mortal enemies for their businesses and their family. In the very first series, their kids fell in love to each other, and they were kind of forced to make a peace, but still hating each other. And that was basically the premise of the first three series. And then the kids were written off, and it was basically about these two not elderly, but these two men trying to get through their businesses and dealing with their uneasy friendship in so many ways, and with other people like their butler and maids and their employees. It's a really good comedy. And it lasted for a long time, like the 10 years. And it was a very funny show, because it really was originally taking the Romeo and Juliet part in the feuding families, and then it became really about these two antique dealers, and how their uneasy friendship. And one is upper class, dealing with upper class and posh. One is and the other one is kind of like the Fred Sanford type of the character, but not racist, but dealing with junk. And that's basically the premise. That was really the premise, and it's really hilarious, because you get to see everything from their family life to how they have to deal with business, and even sometimes sabotaging each other's businesses just for benefit. And it's really a good show to watch.
You know, when you mentioned that this was a show that you were going to do, I went and did my own research, and I was surprised at how long it had run, and that the fact that I hadn't even heard of it. You know, one of the things I've been telling some of my guests is, you know, you guys are costing me money, because now I'm looking for all these shows that I haven't even heard of. And they're shows that normally don't get talked about much, at the Brit Trek, because, we just don't have time to do it most of the time. So that's one of the advantages of having a virtual con, is we can talk about these, more unusual shows that, we normally don't get a chance to talk about when we're doing a regular convention. I'm not saying we shouldn't do a regular convention. I'm just saying that's a kind of a nice perk for this year. So,
yeah.
So, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I lost my train of thought right now. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, um, I'm going to kind of close things out. First off, Matthew, thanks for sharing your thoughts on Never the Twain. It's most appreciated.
Thank you. No
and,
problem.
And for everyone who sat through all of these shorts, I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you found some stuff that maybe you're interested in watching, just like I did. And just remember, the suggestions we made, they're just some of the many British shows that are out there. There's a lot of stuff. And, since a lot of us are kind of stuck at home right now because of the COVID situation, there's a lot of stuff you can explore. So, I hope this gave you some ideas. And just remember, there's plenty of British television out there. So you don't have to, like I said in the very first episode, watch Downton Abbey for the 10th time because that's the only thing you can watch.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff right now. We have a lot of stuff that you never know.
So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this series. I certainly hope, since this will probably be airing near the end of the convention, I certainly hope you've enjoyed the virtual Dragon Con this year, especially since we couldn't get together in person. Anyway, this is Mark Heffernan for Matthew Brewer signing off, and hope to see you all next year at Dragon Con 2021.
Yeah, hope same here. Same here.
Okay.